Today, we are going to eat some of the best wanton mee in the west side of Singapore. We are going to have a Michelin Bib Gourmand version, a Thai version, and possibly the most expensive version in the whole country. And we are starting here at Fei Fei Roasted Noodle at Yuhua Village, where we'll be getting their Char Siu Wanton Mee. It's gonna be great. Welcome to the new series, The Best Wanton Mee. Let's get it, guys. I'm sorry, 一个叉烧wanton mee 吃的。Thank you, thank you. Fei Fei Roasted Noodle is the type of hawker stall that is simultaneously my least favorite and favorite kind of stall to feature, because they only open for like 3 hours every day in the morning. They open at 8:30 and supposedly close at 11:55, but they normally sell out before then. So show of hands, which of you are able to be here in Jurong in this window? There's only one reason people are willing to be here at this time. Alright, let's get into it. Looks like an amazing way to start the series. I am going to enjoy this series. I was in the queue just now, thinking about how much to order. The guy in front of me ordered 2 packets takeaway plus 1 kg of char siu. The guy behind me ordered 3 packets of noodles with half a kg of char siu. Another guy joined the queue and asked, it was 8.50. Now I know why. The char siu is proper. You can see on the outside, there's the crust forming, and I was already unlucky. I didn't get any of the burnt ends when there's actually plenty of it. Those are the best parts. You can also see the clear separation of the meat, meaning that this is 三层肉 char siu. You can make char siu with pork butt, 五花肉, 三层肉 pork belly, or just lean chops, 瘦肉. Here they opted for 三层肉, but that's up to personal preference. And another indicator of good char siu is that they don't use food coloring. You can see this brown-orange hue that has a gradient towards black instead of the red. People use food coloring because if you don't roast it well enough, the color will not be appealing. I say so much. This is wanton mee, I'm just talking about char siu. The noodles cook on the money. When it comes to the texture of the noodles in this series, don't listen to me. I want you all to see for yourself. I'm going to try to do this wiggle in every episode, and I feel as the viewer, you all be able to tell the texture of the noodles based on how it bounces, the curves in the noodles. So don't listen to me. But while you're not listening, I'm going to say that the texture is very good. When you bite through, it's like tak 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 tak. That is the exact texture I want for my wanton mee. Veggies nice and crisp, nice green color too, good bit of well-fried pork lard inside, but it's not perfect. The noodles are too tasty. It's either the brand of the oyster sauce they are using, or maybe they even added extra MSG inside. I think the flavor profile is out of balance. There is this unpleasant zing of umami. I mentioned this like half a dozen times now. These kind of flavors will be more impressive because it's very obvious. You see like franchisers and fast food do this a lot, but I don't appreciate it. Another miss is the wonton. Pretty mediocre. I don't think there's enough lean meat inside to give it body, and the prawn is too small, such that on my second wonton, they give it 2. I swallowed the prawn whole and I didn't realize. Not a bad wonton, but pretty mediocre. And then the last miss is the soup. I appreciate a lot of things about hawker culture, but can we leave this soup behind in the 90s? We're done with the 90s. Nobody drinks this soup at home. This is not a recipe. This is some stock powder with spring onion. Why are we doing this? I would much rather have whatever. Cabbage soup, chicken soup, lotus peanut, lao huang gua. And the common denominator with all of these is that you can make a very cheap version. Especially when you have suppliers for your sao, right? Just get some tang ku, boil it to hell, add some salt. And I know, extra cost, but nobody drinks this soup. Any of you watching this have ever made this at home? That's what I thought. Great first step. Let's move on to the next stop. 给我一个原味的，吃的。Thank you. We are now at Soi 19 at Jurong East, the not franchise from the popular Soi 19 Wanton Mee in Bangkok. And I got their signature wonton noodles. They also have a duck version, but as with every series, I'm going to order the most obvious one. And it comes with 2 fried wontons, some char siu, and this Thai fish sausage, along with a good bit of lard. Let's give this a go. Very flavorful. Between the garlic oil, the lard, the char siu, and this deep fried Thai fish sausage, there is so much to go with your noodles. The range of toppings also give a nice variety of textures. Very effective and straightforward, but perhaps a little too straightforward. It is too oily, and this is coming from somebody that loves yu po mian, that loves pork lard. The noodles are smothered in garlic oil. I say it's garlic oil because there is still fried garlic skin that somehow crept its way into the bowl without the actual garlic. And lard, like the noodles is not just shiny, but actually soaking in the oil. My whole palate is oiled up. That along with the accompaniment like deep fried lard, the Thai sausage is deep fried as well. There's a lot of oil in the char siu. I'm not sure whether from the meat itself or it just soaked in while in the bowl. And also the noodle texture is not great. Okay, it's not bad, but coming from the previous wanton mee, I don't think it has enough protection from the alkaline, if it even uses alkaline. So these yellow egg noodles are normally made with lye or baking soda so that the noodle making environment is alkaline. What this does is that the gluten in the noodles forms stronger bonds so that it's more Q. It also makes the noodles more resistant to absorbing moisture. So when boiling the noodles, it's softened to a lesser degree. The alkaline environment also gives the noodles a yellow hue. And these noodles here just behave like regular noodles. Not much snapback and pretty soft. Did I mention that the noodles are sweet? I think it's okay, but it's for a certain palate. Yeah, on to our last stop of the day. We are back at Lai Fa Ba. On my previous time here, I was here with friends and I was unfortunately down with a flu. Then one of the service aunties tapped me on the shoulder and gave me a cup of warm water. Unprompted, unasked. And it's such a small thing, right? But wow, was I don't know if y'all can relate, but I think that was maybe one of 2 times, 3 times that a stranger showed me kindness. And maybe the only time after I turned adult. And if y'all think I'm making this up, just have lunch here one time. The service is palpable. Anyway, we have our kopi and their signature complimentary biscuit. No glaze. This might be my favorite kopi peng in Singapore. Even more than kopi mo. Yes, it's very expensive, but I like it for 3 reasons. 1, strong hit of coffee. 2, they use a combination of condensed and evaporated milk, if I'm not wrong. You can taste that different layering in the milk. And 3, I think they tarik the kopi. You can tell from the foam on top, this isn't created separately and then topped onto the kopi. And what the tarik does is that it stretches out the milk solids in the coffee so that the overall texture is lighter. You can think of it as a more aggressive stirring. And of course, the foam adds another texture to the coffee. If you all find a better kopi peng, please DM me because this is an insanely high bar, I feel. Haha, their signature noodles. Don't look at the price. Look at the char siu. What? Can you imagine a better looking char siu? This is exactly what you want. The clear layering, the juiciness, the bark on the outside. On top of that, we got a marinated egg, fried wontons and soup wontons, and even their soup is opaque. Okay, let's not glaze so much without even trying. The question almost isn't whether it's good or not. I'm confident that it's good. And those of you who have eaten enough wanton mee can sort of tell already. But instead, the question is, can it match the price tag? Let's find out. Do we call the series here? The best wanton mee in Singapore is... We start with the noodles. I was a little surprised. If you just look at the wiggle on the noodles, right? It doesn't look that cute. But when you bite down, there is that tiak tiak tiak. Am I gonna say tiak 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 the whole series? I guess even in the first episode, the criteria for noodles is very apparent. When you bite down on the noodles, it needs to be audible to you. It cannot just give way. At least my preference. The seasoning is also unique. They have seasoned up a profile that is slightly different from the usual. Slightly sweet, slightly lardy, slightly umami from the oyster sauce. It's nice. But if we were to just talk about the noodles, right? They're still within reach of the other wanton mees out there. The one that's unreachable is the char siu. I'm not sure if y'all can see, but there is marbling in this char siu. You look at this part, there is intramuscular fat. And I'm very tempted to say that this is ohua roll, but I'm not sure. The thing that I like most about this is that instead of needing to choose between lean and fatty, you have the best of both worlds. You have the bite of lean meat, and then the intramuscular fat to give it that juiciness, and then the smoked bark outside. That applewood flavor coming through, that burntness coming through. The first char siu we had today was very good. This somehow just leaves it in the dust. Coming from the previous series, the Best Food Trail, I feel like this char siu can be served at restaurant 10 times this price point. The ramen egg is great, the soup opaque, you can obviously tell that there are proper ingredients that go into this. I'm sure you all know by now, the opaqueness is from the broken down collagen, either from pork trotter or chicken feet or combination of both. That gives it that creaminess. You all know this lah. The noodles were so good that I actually forgot that I ordered their in-house special lava sauce. But I don't have anything to go with it already. Now the tougher part are the misses. In this series, I really want to be blown away by wonton. It's Wanton Mee after all, right? And while this wonton is better than our first one, you can see that the filling here, the myosin has been developed already. So this happens when you work the mincemeat such that the myosin, a protein inside, breaks down and start to form bombs with the other protein in the filling. So this is the difference between ground meat and a hamburger patty, a well-worked hamburger patty or meatball. You know, they have that bounce. So this one has a little bit, whereas the first wonton this morning had none of it. You can see that it's almost like loose mincemeat, but I'm not convinced. I am theorizing that deep fried wontons need to 爆汁. When I bite in, hopefully, it needs to gush juices out. And the boiled wontons could show even more finesse. This one has just seasoned mincemeat in it, but I feel like the ceiling could be much higher. Like there could be 6 ingredients inside with a different flavor profile. And even the flaps of the dumpling can be separated. I'm just spitballing. Hopefully, some place in this series can just hand me the answer. Not just for this bowl, but all 3 bowls today, they are all wonton mees. But the wontons were not at all the main attraction. The chef owner Royce gave me a plate of sorrow. But since this is YouTube, if I don't pay for it, I won't talk about it. I can, however, show you all. I'm not saying anything. Okay? All 3 wonton mee down. I'll see you guys at the cafe. We are now at Coexist Coffee Co. I don't want to throw out the word hidden gem, but if there were a zombie apocalypse, I'll feel safe here. Anyway, I got myself an iced piccolo. Oh, that's delightful. Anyway, recap. I asked a few wonton mee enthusiasts. The consensus is char siu, wonton, and noodles, right? You will not get all 3. I really hope they're wrong, but as far as how today went, they're right. The first place had char siu and maybe half on the noodles, but the dumpling was mediocre. As a wonton mee place, you cannot have lousier dumplings than CP dumplings from the supermarket, right? It's a crude comparison, but hey. As for the second place, I can't say that either of the 3 hit, but I can understand the appeal. It has this very oily, tasty, flavor now kind of profile. I imagine after being a little intoxicated, these noodles will taste very good. As for Lai Fa Ba, I think it's great that we have it in the first episode because it's a great benchmark. I am excited to have a better wonton mee than Lai Fa Ba, which is possible because while its char siu is state of the art, the noodles and dumplings are winnable. And amongst these 3 criteria, char siu is not in the name of the dish. So I'm obligated to give it a lesser weightage. Also, Singapore flag is crazy work. What are you trying to say? Singapore has the better wonton mee amongst Malaysia, Thailand, Hong Kong, China? No way, right? 1 plate I'll walk for the wonton mee, 2 plates I'll take a bus for the wonton mee, and 3 plates I'll go anywhere in Singapore for the wonton mee. And today's wonton mees get 203. Chill, there will be moderation now there is a proper series, which now is where I need you all the most. Please share with me your favorite wonton mee spots, regardless of the country. I just want to know. And since this is the first series, I need to draw the line. We are only doing dry, sauced wonton mees, and obviously it has to be wonton. Char siu will be preferred, but optional. So please comment down below or IGDM me. But for now, that's all I have for you guys this time. I'll see you on the next video.